Hello and welcome to today's live. It's Nashlie for those who don't know me or those who know me already. Welcome to today's live. I've got with you today with myself, my sister and business partner Sharon, and she's streaming live from Melbourne. We are so happy to be here, guys. A little later than we had planned, but we thought let's come on, Sharon, and maybe have a chat to to our audience. And people often DM us. So many times they ask, do I need money to start this business? So I'll give the floor back to Sharon, and she can say hello to you guys too.
Thanks, Nashlie. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And those who are going to watch later, thank you for tuning in. As Nashlie has already said, I'm based in Melbourne, originally from Zimbabwe. And yeah, I'm a mother of two beautiful girls and a proud digital business owner. I work on the side part time in the healthcare industry. So, yeah, this is a question we normally get quite a lot about whether one needs to invest something in this business. When I think about investment, Ashley, I uh, always start by thinking, what am I investing in? Like, have I looked in the background to see if there's value being provided, or if there's things like support and all that. So that's the first point I look at, and then if it's worth it for me, I go on and invest. So in our business, yeah, we have a few stages. The first one is to watch a free webinar. So Nashlie and I always come on every now and then to talk about how the business goes. So this could be old information for those who follow us often. It could be new information to those watching us for the first time. So the process is, when you want to start this business, you start by watching a free webinar. And after you watch that free webinar, you go on to pay a 149 US dollars to look further into the business plan and all the deep dive of the business and how it works. So yeah, there is investment in everything really. Um, you pay. I think about even going to school. There is a bit of investment you put to in that education. If it's going to the movies, you put in a bit of money to gain that, whatever it is that you get from, be it a service or product, there is money you put out to get that service or product. So for this business, it's just like any other business, only that it's online. And yes, there is investment involved, and it's different levels. And it is my job and Nashlie's job to sort of like guide people into how it works. Thanks, Nashlie. I'll give this back to you.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Sharon. But yes, that is well explained. And you know what I think, Sharon, when I think of, this idea of, does one need money to start this online business? Everything that one needs to know is in this business for sure. And as we actually sort of deep dive in this, sorry, I've got a bit of background noise. I've got kids playing in the background, in the playground there, so that's why. I hope everyone can still hear me. But
Yep.
yes, so yes, one does need an investment in this business. You do need to start your own online business. No business can be started, I guess, without you actually putting anything down, or someone who comes up and tells you, oh, look, you can start with zero deposit, and then you think, well, how is this going to work? I mean, where are you going to be getting or starting with to make something? So everyone, when they start, some people want to start in and they think, oh, they want to build, say you build a house, you're going to need to start buying some bricks, or maybe start actually thinking, where's the land? Are you buying a property somewhere that you're going to start planning, how you're going to do your property? So these are all things that I sometimes look at it and I think, well, look, nothing actually does come without anything being put down for yourself or for something to start building. So much like this one, we do have, different levels, as Sharon has already said, that one can start off with, that one can actually grow from. And it's all up to you, I guess, to sort of come in, have a look at our system and decide for yourself if, what works for you. Because what works for me might not be what works for you as well. But in it all said, it's a great way to look at things as you decide your way forward. So yeah, thanks, Sharon. Sorry. I'll try shut the door there because I can hear more noise from my background still.
Okay,
Hold on.
okay. So, so yeah, you know what? Sometimes the value, if when you look at the value of what you're gonna be getting, is more what you should concentrate on rather than, oh, how much is it gonna cost me? For me personally, that's how I viewed it. So when I started my business, for those some may know my story, I'm a single parent, and just juggling things for my children, taking them to school. I was working full time at the time before I started my business. In their sports, they're in sports. My children play a lot of sports. So for any sports parents out there, they know what I mean. It's the driving around, taking them to each and every single place. I was missing out on a lot, and it was becoming unmanageable, and bringing in a lot of what can I say, burnout, if I can say. So I just knew it wasn't sustainable. I couldn't handle it anymore, and I was so hurt when my eldest daughter, came home one day and from school, and she went like, "Mom, why didn't you show up? Why didn't you come?" She was getting a an award given to her at assembly, and I didn't make it because I was trying to chase the dollar. Because that's the thing again, when you've got all these responsibilities to look after, you now think, oh, I need the money on one hand, and then I need to look after the family, the kids, and whatever on the other hand. So how do you juggle? How do you balance it? And that really pushed me to look into something. And that's how I landed on this business. So that value I saw in the business and what I was trying to get away from really made me realize, no, this is the way for me to go. So the investment part of things, it's something that was doable for me in terms of I was still working, remember, so I could save money and then channel it towards starting my business. So those are other things to think of, not to think of it in a big chunk to say, oh, money is needed, so I can't do it. I didn't limit myself in that way. I just looked at, okay, have I got a job? Have I got, something coming in, and I'm able to sort of like bit by bit slowly channel towards my business? And the answer was yes. And that just helped me to sort of like lighten things up a bit on, thinking about the investment side of things. And yeah, the people who have, big monies and stuff like that, they just didn't start from having everything put in. They probably started step by step, little by little, and things just, over time, compounded to something bigger. So that's the mindset that I had when I started. And yeah, it's brought me here, and I'm enjoying the journey.
Amazing, Sharon. Well, that's beautiful because it's a reminder that sometimes you find systems that don't work or they just don't support your goal or your vision. You can step into a new light of something else that you find useful. I always like the idea, or I actually look at it and think of how far back I've come. I've been in Australia since I think I'm on my 11th year now. But I look back and I see how I started. For me to come here to Australia, I did not just wake up here. I did not sort of click a finger and then I was here. Actually went with steps of, applying for a visa or even looking at prospects of what countries did I enjoy or would I possibly like to live in. Because mind you, I'd never been to outside of Zimbabwe. I mean, I'd been outside of Zimbabwe, but I was a person who was interested in studying further and trying to explore other countries. Now, from that on, I remember I had the leisure of having my beautiful sister Sharon help me through it. And had it not been that there was someone who was helping and guiding, or just seeing out that there's something surely that I could do in somewhere else, in a place that is, better at the time and supports the decision that I wanted to start to look in, which is further studying, had I wouldn't have known. So I did invest my time, my efforts, and and a bit of money to sort of do the process of the visa. And I invested in, obviously we did a flight to come here. So each every one of the step, I just knew I was getting closer to the goal that I wanted. And I like to always look at that this in this way because I know that's it's very similar when you're looking at anything new. if it interests you enough to say, look, let me have a look perhaps at it. I wasn't guaranteed I was going to get a visa. I wasn't guaranteed that, I was going to even be here or living here. Now it's 11 years later, and I'm like, wow, it's been truly a blessing that I've been even here. And I live here permanently, but it's been a journey. I've built a family. I'm a mom of two. I'm busy. I'm always working and doing quite a few things in my day to day life. But I'm glad I'm here, and I got here because I took one step that came with a dream of me looking like, okay, I don't want to probably be here all the time in Zim. I probably want to start and try something abroad, and I came here, and it's been a great journey so far. But with it came things that supported me in the journey that I've had so far. But I wanted more for out of life. I wanted to have more time freedom. I want to be a mom who's present and not just go by with each day and scraping for me to get that little time with my kids. I want to be able to work from home, and hence why we're here, and we have a system that actually supports it. We have a system that allows us to work from anywhere. I'm home now, and the kids are they're playing. You can hear them, but all of it meant steps. It meant things that I've had to set aside for myself to say, look, I'm happy that I got to Australia, but now that I've been here and I've worked so much, 9 to 5, I've worked overnights, and I'm tired. I'm a tired working mom that is just like, look, I want to put my head down for a bit to still have a life that I still want, but not give away all my time. So hence why we're here. We started an online business, and we're building. And it took us that moment, Sharon, of deciding to actually pursue watching that webinar, like you already said, and deciding to pay that 149. Now I know that 149 is as scary as, at the time for me, I was like, look, I could either have stayed the same or decided to do something else or decided to venture into something new. It meant I had to put something down, much like I did with the application for a visa that I didn't know I was going to be guaranteed to get, but I did it anyway. you know People go fishing, they throw a hook in the water, but you don't guarantee yourself that you're gonna catch a fish. But you'll be like, look, I'll be here, I'll enjoy the time as I enjoy this, I might get a fish out of this. So the same thing, I did that, and I was like, if I hadn't changed or decided that I personally wanted that change to actually happen, I would have stayed the same. I would have been complaining about my time, I would have been hating my hours I do at work, and simply not getting the life I want. So it didn't make any sense to me, and that's why it took me that courage to jump in, to step into saying, look, I'll get my refundable fee of 149. I have 30 days, and at least I'll have enough time to have seen, to explore, and decide if this works for me. And in March, like the same thing, I'm glad I paid that off. I'm here now, a year later, and I'm like, I'm glad I paid that 149 because it opened up to doors that I didn't think were open. I didn't think it was possible to see the things I've seen now. So I'm glad I'm here, and I'm moving forward with life, and I'm learning, I'm building things alongside people who understand the vision that I still have, to say we surely could have more time on our hands to be there for our kids, to be there for our parents, help them pay for medical bills. It's still financially be supporting ourselves, because we still have things to pay, like day-to-day expenses. So that's how I like to look at it, when I think of the 149, because I know it's daunting to think of, oh God, well, what if I, because there's a lot out there to offered, but ours, I had to sort of say, look, let me have a deeper dive look, and that has helped me to be where I am today. I don't know, Sharon, if you have something on that one, but that's how I like to look at it for my
Yeah,
point of view.
beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. I can just say, I know with other things, there's no guarantee. Definitely, like you were saying, there's no guarantee. But
Yeah.
with this, once you pay the 149, it's like there's no loss because you still can ask for your money back within 30 days. And like Nashlie was saying, and what you get is you're getting more information about the business plan of how this all works. You're getting more information about products involved, though we don't sell products directly in the traditional way that products are sold. You get more clarity on the community. You get attached to our private community. There's about 280,000 now, I think, in
Oh,
our
that's
business
shout.
community. Yep.
And it's been
And you,
stuck, Sharon.
yeah.
That number has grown so much. I'm like,
Oh,
wow.
I tell you, it is growing. So, and that's beautiful. That's just how many more people are looking to, change their situation, looking for more, looking for different. It's all sorts of reasons that people start this business for. And then once you decide to start your business, that 149 also opens up your training. Oh my goodness. There is nothing more. important than training. Like when you start something new, for you to just know how to work things out and all that. So once you decide to start your business, your 149 covers your training for life. It covers your mentorship for life. It covers your coaching for life. How good is that? It also has your website done for you. You initiate a few things, but then the website itself is done for you. The funnel is done for you for those who know messaging and all that. The automation system of the whole business to start running in the background is done for you. And it's all included in that 149. That's once you decide to start your business. So believe me that there was heaps, like when I looked at it, there was heaps for me to say wow, and even if say you just don't decide to move on, as we said, you still can ask for your money back, so there's nothing to lose really.
Absolutely, Sharon. That wraps it up pretty much. So, as exciting as it is for most of us who are on this side, I guess there's more who are out there still looking and perhaps just wondering if there is indeed, something that is different to what they've experienced. And with a lot of things online, do your own research. Don't listen to me tell you to say do this, because that's not what we're
No,
here for. All we're here for
no,
is to share with you what's possible. Things that
yeah,
you didn't think is there, it is there. We've seen it, we've experienced it, we're experiencing it. And it's a lot of greatness that comes with learning or being open to the idea of seeing what is actually possible. So
yeah,
many people are enjoying, there's a lot of things now that I look at and I'm like, no, I don't think I can do that, because I've moved past it, I've grown, I've seen value in this business, and the value that I have, I don't think anyone else has offered me before. So when you see the value in something, you see where the money goes, or why you'd pay your 149, for instance. So for many people, sometimes they look at, they're like, all they look at is the dollar sign on it. But when you actually look at what's deep in it, like what am I getting? We pay for value, we pay for access. I think I had a little chat before about, when I was in Thailand, this is last week, and I'm looking at things that I had access to when I stayed in my resort. Everything was amazing. Everything was just up to standard. Like I was like, well, I wouldn't have been experiencing this had I not had stayed at that resort. But it meant that I paid for my stay there, and right now I'm now here. But I've taken away something of value that I got there, and I do plan to go there again because of the value you can have. It was a one-time thing that I say there, but it means that I take away it in my head, but I don't actually carry it on. Which in this one, it's a lifetime thing, guys. Like it's world class training that we get that keeps giving you all things you need, things that you can use into other businesses and apply those same skills, which is the beauty, hey, of online business, Sharon.
yeah.
So, why not check it out and see if it works for you? So I enjoy this one. I don't know if they, Sharon, if you have something else.
Maybe you can share, or we can share about
Yeah.
other people come on and ask. So after the $149, is there any more to pay beyond that? Would you like to share, or
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. I can share
can?
a bit there.
Okay.
So yes, so once you've had a checkout of your series of videos, because you have about 3 hours length in of videos that you're gonna watch. It explains everything you need to know. What are the different product partnerships we have involved, different companies we've got, the training that you're going to be open to. This is all part of your pre-coaching sort of videos. So once you have dived in deep into that, because it helps you then in your decision making, in your due diligence, as you go away and then have a look outside of the system, say, well, is this going to be working for me? And then they can also, you also then get to decide if you're going to choose a product partnership, a product package that you go on with that suits your budget. Don't go by what I tell you, because again, you won't like what I like, and vice versa. So you choose your own product package and you choose what suits your budget. So it's not like it's a one size for everybody. Come in, have a look. If it suits you, choose it and move on with it. Book your strategy call or your coaching call, and then you can sit out with one of our coaches and have a discussion of how you want to scale your business up, and that will help you to get your access into. It's like a license to trade. It's like a license for you to operate, because then you get some numbers that are unique to you that will link you directly to our companies. As we get commissions, you get paid that way. So same way that we're doing this, you will get the same opportunity to work online, meet people, share the experience in the business and how you found your value, or if not, which again you would not be doing a business that you want to do, guys. It's only for those who are interested, and there's a way of earning income online. You come in, you start your own online business, you do it among people who also understand the hassle of trying to generate that extra income, or just extra for your family or for yourself. Is if you are someone who's close to trying to retire. I mean, I'm ready to retire yesterday, but that's pretty much it. So you will choose that, and it gives you that access for you to start your own online business as an independent, entrepreneur, like each of us, Sharon, I, and many others out there who are also running their own online business. Thanks, Sharon.
I'll just add to what you've said. Thanks for that,
Yeah.
Nashlie. So the product package that Nashlie was talking about, it's products for your own use. So it's not we don't sell products. You will never see us advertise or sell any products. So you don't keep any stock. You don't ship. All of that is done in the background by customer service. So the products you receive or you get when you start your business are for your own personal use. And guys, we deal with high ticket products, and that's hence why the commissions when they come, they are really high commissions. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if you have anything else, Nashli. I think we can round it up.
Yeah, perfect. No, that the only thing I'll probably add is just that when you say high ticket, some people are like, also, what does it mean? Guys, someone who's selling a $10 who's selling something for a $10, be service, be product. It is opposed to someone who's got something for say $100. Their commissions are definitely different. You will get, one who's got the 100 a bigger share than the one who's got a 10. So it might take you, to sell low ticket thing, you might sell 1,000 of them for you to even hit a bit of a, a profit out there. But when you've got something that is high ticket, you're selling, you're selling those same items, but at a maybe not same items. I just mean it's a sort of a different approach to you selling them at a better price and better value because they produce and make better giving value to people than you to sell a low ticket item. So we wanted this for ourselves so that we don't have to, to work so much and only for so little return. We don't want pocket change money. We want to build empires. We want to build legacies. We're talking wealth building. We're talking, retirement kind of income so that we don't have to keep scrambling. We've done this for the last 10 years. I mean, 10, 11 years is we work, but then we didn't have the value we were hoping for. And then when you count all those years, we've done a lot of trial and errors in different other businesses that didn't probably work. But then in this one, we don't have to do trial and error. Everything is there. You've got a proven path and you simply follow the same guide and then get you to where you want to go. We have different stops in life where where you want to get to, but at least it's there for everyone who's willing to simply come in, have a look, take on the leap of faith for you to explore and follow the system, and you get your own results. And also just stick around enough to make it work,
Yeah,
because we're not talking quick returns. Are we talking an overnight success? So do your own, research, see if it works out for you. And then even if it means it takes you 2, 3 years, but then you're not going to be where you were, 2 years prior to that. So that's my last thing. Thanks, Sharon. But yeah, if that's it,
awesome.
I think we'll wrap it up with that. If you guys have got any questions and you simply want to understand how our system works, feel free to leave a comment, say system, and then we'll send you that free webinar that you can watch and decide that we've got so much free info that you can explore until you're ready. Then you can dive in deep to the next step. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next live. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Yes, baby.